Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to go ahead and get started. We'll be using some TheraBands in the first part of the session. Optional if you don't have them, not a big problem. Just follow along and or grab them if you do. Come on up to your feet. We're going to warm up with a little bit of spinal cord breathing. So you're going to set your feet just underneath the hips. Check in with your toes. Make sure they're all pointing straight ahead. Standing tall, we're going to breathe in, circle the arms up and around, forearms and palms together. And then you're going to gently exhale as you curl down, tucking your hips under, bow your head down. And now pause at the bottom of the exhale and then breathe in and lift. Try to breathe in nice and deep through the nose, lifting the chest, engaging those glutes, peering up towards the ceiling or sky. Pausing at the top of the breath. And on your exhale, going back to that rounded forward fold position. Hips tuck under, chin to the chest. Pausing in the bottom. Breathe and lift. Go ahead and go about 3 more cycles or so of this. Find your own rhythm. Practice pausing at the top and the bottom of each breath. And we're just gently opening and closing the spine, shoulders, and torso. Try to have just a little bit longer exhale than normal. Very good. Use this time to just center yourself, practice noticing your body, letting any other distractions about what else you could be doing right now go. Let's go one more cycle. Pull those shoulders back and down on that inhale, lifting the chest, and then nice long exhale. Final one. Good. As you breathe in after that last exhale, go ahead and come on back to standing. Walk the feet just a little bit wider. And now we're going to bring the arms back out to the sides. We're going to go one palm up, one palm down, and just kind of a little like Egyptian arms here, back and forth. Getting a good twist through those shoulders. Try to keep them down out of the ears. So like long neck, standing tall as you shift here side to side. Good. Couple more each side. And relax them down. Very nice. Go ahead and just get a little bit of bounce in the legs. Allow those arms to be heavy at the side. And then we're going to just start here with some gentle rotations, keeping the hands away from the body at first. If it doesn't make you dizzy, feel free to turn the head and neck as well. And then after about 5 times or so, side to side with the hands away from the body, go ahead and allow those elbows to bend. Just tap against the body. Looking to time the tap of the hands with the exhale. Good. Getting some heat into the body here, warming up the spine, and we're tapping. I'm not any kind of expert at this, but just learning a little bit more about it. We're tapping our kidney meridians. So just helping the energy of our body start to flow. All right, we're going to switch from hitting the low back or in the front of the torso and then coming up to the front of the shoulder. So think like upper part of the lungs, right in front of the shoulder. Back hand still taps that low back. Good. Again, turning the head and neck if you're comfortable to do so. Let's get about 3 to 5 each direction. Coming back to the hips now. Drop that front hand down, front of the hips. Good. And then maybe 1 more each side, and then start to let the hands come away from the body again. Slowly kind of bring it to a halt. Beautiful. All right, reset those feet. We're going to reach those arms nice and high, root down through the legs, and we're going to make some nice big circular patterns here. Holding strong in the legs, engaging through the glutes, bowing forward, nice and long here. Just imagine you're like inside of your own little personal snow globe. You're tracing the perimeter of that globe. After 2 to 3, same thing, other direction. Gripping those toes down, keeping yourself rooted through the feet as you circle through here. Fantastic. 1 or 2 more. Very nice. Once you finish that, relax those arms down, walk the feet in, single leg balance with the ankle rolls next. Coming up onto one leg. Shoulders back and down. Steady yourself against a wall, chair, anything you need. Otherwise, we're looking to keep those hips nice and level. About 5 circles one direction, and then switch directions with that ankle, about 5 the other side. Fantastic. Note which leg you're on. Take a nice wide base stance. We're going to open up the inner thighs in between legs. Cossack stretch. Reaching out, sinking into a side lunge. Heel pushes down while you still grip the toes. And just watch to make sure your shin's nice and vertical. Knees staying in alignment over the toes. Fantastic. Let's do about 1 more each side. Sinking it out. Maybe sink a little bit lower if you're confident to do so. Back to center and even yourself out. Heel down, knee drives out, grip the whole foot, and come on up, walk it back in. Same thing, opposite leg. So set that foot down, lifting tall, single leg balance with the ankle rolls. Uh-oh, hopefully that's not raindrops. Lifting the toe up, rolling it around. We may run inside the garage in just a second. All right, and shake it out. Yep, that's a rain cloud. All right, hold pause for a second. I'm gonna press pause and come right back to it on this recording. Boom. All right, sorry about the pause there. Got a little surprise from Mother Nature with a little bit of rain. We're gonna go ahead. We just finished that single leg ankle rolls. We're gonna stretch out our quads, and then we're gonna get into our first circuit with the banded walks, glute bridges. So a little bit more balance, standing tall, grab one foot, pull the heel to the glute. Shoulders back and down. It's been really great all morning. I checked the weather twice. Like, is it definitely not going to rain today? It's like, no chance of rain till tomorrow. It's okay. We'll take it. And go ahead and set that one down. Same thing other side. Lifting up, grab that foot. Ooh. Very nice. Looking to pull the heel towards the glute best you can. So we're gonna get ready for some lateral banded walks, taking it down for a glute bridge. Then we're gonna roll it over onto our forearms for either a regular forearm plank or we'll do some marching with the upper body. Set that foot down. Let's go ahead and grab a drink of water. Grab your band. If you don't have a yoga mat down, you might wanna set a pad down. And also on round 2, if you wanna elevate your feet on the glute bridge, have a chair, box, or bench nearby for that. All right, we're gonna be moving for about a minute with each. So if you are gonna use the bands, for the banded walks, I'm gonna have it just below the knees. When I transition down to the glute bridge, I'm gonna bring it just above the knees. All right, lateral walks first, and 2, 1, here we go. Coming down to a little defensive stance, chest nice and tall, stepping it out. 3 to 5 steps one direction. Let's add 1 to 2 squats, and then we'll take it back. Good. There's going to be a couple different times today in class, this being one of them. You get to choose if you want to put a little bit more volume into your squat. So here you'll do 2 instead of 1, or just stick with 1. In our second series, when we get into the circuit work, we'll have the option at the end to kind of stretch in a squat, or if you're not planning on class tomorrow, you can put in some volume and some reps with the squat. Good, about 20 seconds left. Otherwise, keep the squats minimal. We'll be doing them in class tomorrow as a main section. Good, final 10 seconds. Feel free to kind of finish where you are or start to transition down to the floor. Glute bridge next. As you lie down, pull your shoulders back so you get your chest nice and broad. And again, if you're using the band, just above the knees. Set the feet about hip width apart. And 2, 1, when you're ready. Pulling the hips back, rolling that low back into the floor, and then gently lifting it up and forward. Looking to maintain some outward tension the whole time against your band. Not so far out that your legs are kind of going beyond your hips. You want to keep those knees and hips in a good, even position. And as you start to warm up that low back and those hips area, look to get just a little bit higher with each rep. You can practice holding for 1, 2, 3 seconds in the top. Down and relaxed. Very good. Just over halfway. We got a full minute here. Roll the hips back, push them up and forward. Squeeze, holding that solid posture. Fantastic. 1 to 2 more. Pulling that chin into the chest. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Go ahead and keep that band on the legs. We're going to roll over onto the forearms. So a couple of options here. You can either just stay right on top of the forearms, holding nice and strong, either on your knees or on your toes. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So this is option 1. If you're feeling confident and build some good base with those planks, if you want to add a little bit of a challenge, we'll march the upper body. So you'll try to stay as level as you can while you reach one arm straight out, palm down towards the floor, and then switching sides. Reach the other palm straight out. Arm extends, palm rotates down. Splay the fingers nice and wide. Keep that neck neutral by looking straight down between the forearms throughout. Very good. That's halfway. Especially if you feel your hips start to drop down, you can always come to the knees and hold level there, or just come off and shake it out. Join back in when you can. That's 45 of our 60 seconds. Continue to breathe throughout. Try to avoid holding the breath. Good. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We're going to take a moment to stretch. Go ahead and come up off the arms for a second. Kind of shake it out. And then let's stretch out those forearms. Fingers point in towards your body. Place the palms down. We're just going to lean straight back. Straight back. Gentle rock side to side. Very good. Once you shake that out, we're going to go into child's position. Palms down, fingers pointing away. Walk your feet out. It's all right to still have that band there. Hopefully it's not too much tension. And then drop your hips back, lower the head down. It's going to be a short one here at this moment, just 2 to 3 breaths. Good. One more breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and make your way on up. All right. We're going to go through one more round of that. If you want to make any adjustments with your bands, a little bit more tension, a little less tension, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, we're going to start set 2 in just under 10 seconds. Back with those lateral walks. If you're ready, you can start before me. Otherwise, everyone going in 2, 1. Here we go. Chest up. Hold that midline nice and strong here. Good. 1 to 2 squats at the end. And then taking it back the other way. There you go. So activating the legs. Also kind of the back side of the torso as you hold that gentle like forward lean. Staying strong in the midsection. Knees drive out as you step. Good. Try to reach those arms straight out as you're squatting down. Oh, I see why. Yeah, holding on to those handles. Good job. Different bands. Beautiful. 20 seconds left. Breathe and move. Getting some good activation work. We've got some single leg work in the next circuit. Some single leg deadlifts. All right, go ahead and finish out that series. And transition to your glute bridges once you balance yourself out on each side. Set 2 here. If you want, you can elevate the feet or continue to keep them flat on the ground. All right, moving the band to just above the knees. And 2, 1, here we go. Gonna make that nice solid bridge of the hips. Now that we're getting warmer on this second round, you can give some attention to that upper part of the spine as well, or get a chance to stretch out the back of the neck a bit as those hips go up. Pull that chin in, try to make like a triple chin, lengthening the back of the neck. Breathe and hold. Try to get a little bit more of that tissue, hamstrings, glutes. Wake up those thighs. Fantastic. 20 seconds to go. Keep that gentle outward tension the whole time. Pushing out against the band. Fantastic. One more. Up in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. We're going to roll it over, forearm plank or forearm march. All right. Go ahead and square your shoulders. Set the feet. And here we go. Don't want to sink through those shoulders. Kind of keep a little bit of upward tension. Shin pulled in, and then as you choose, reaching one arm out. Nice long extension. Alternating sides. Very nice. First 15 seconds. A little bit longer than that. There's our 30. Good. Challenge a little bit of that shoulder mobility as well to reach that arm up. Trying to keep that hand level to the shoulder as best you can, extending nice and long. Trying to imagine those fingertips trying to reach the wall right way in front of you, like go-go gadget arms, reach it out before you pull it in. Good, almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Go ahead and come off those arms for a second. Shake it out. And then we're going to go ahead and roll over onto our back. We're going to stretch out the low back. If you still have that band around your legs, go ahead and take it off, set it aside. All right, great job. Let's start with that double kneaded chest, hugging the legs in, rocking yourself side to side. From there, you can release the hands, knees, and feet together, 90 degrees. 2 knee twists. Take both legs to the side. A little bit more gentle than that double kneaded chest as you peer to the opposite shoulder. And then you'll use your midline. Pull those legs up and across. Same thing, other direction. Just gradually sinking into that twist. Up and across the other way. Let's get 2 to 3 on each side. Nice work. All right, we're going to take it into a little figure 4 stretch next. We'll combine it with some sciatic nerve flossing. So let's take your right foot onto the left thigh. Reach between the leg with your right hand and hug that left leg into the chest. We're going to take the first 15 seconds here, just focusing on opening that outer right hip. Great time to close the eyes. Try to focus the breath in and out the nose best you can. Good, and when you're ready, left leg's gonna extend straight up, toes pointing, pulling towards your face. Then you'll point your toes away towards the ceiling or sky. Again, pulling them back towards your face, and then with them still, pull gently towards the face, bend the knee back down and in. Good job, couple more, extending, pointing away, pulling them back, and bending that knee down and in. Hug that leg in as you pull it back towards the chest. One more on your own. Good, once you finish that side, go ahead and release. And same thing, second side. Cross that foot over, hug that right leg in this time. Check in with your head posture too. I know I find myself starting to extend that neck, so try to pull that chin in. Keep that neck as neutral as you can as you stretch here on your back. Good, opening that left hip to start. And then when you're ready, adding the right leg in, extending it out, toes pulled towards you, point the foot away, pull it back, feel a little bit of that tension on this side. For me, it's in the back of the calf. Sometimes I'll feel it in the back of the knee. Our whole intention here is to encourage that sciatic nerve and the branches of that big nerve in the back of the leg to keep it gliding and sliding past the fascia, the tissue that overlays all your muscles. All that needs to be able to slide and glide to keep our body functioning smoothly. All right, finish that. Go ahead and release that side, or just roll it over onto your belly. We'll do a couple press-ups. Open up the front of the hips. Down dog. We'll make our way back up to our feet. So on your stomachs, pull your shoulders back, place those hands beneath the shoulders, engage the glutes, and just gently, as you're comfortable here, a little cobra, lifting up, looking up, and then just go up and down a few times. Avoiding any pinching that low back, so fire the glutes as you lift up. Kind of lengthen through the spine as you open the front of the body. Maybe one more here. Squeeze, lift. Fantastic. And then take it back into child's position if you'd like before shooting a down dog. Couple breaths there, kind of opens you back up from that arch position. And then when you're ready, we'll place those hands at the shoulders, lifting those hips up, opening that mid back. And then giving a nice pedal of the heels. Let's stretch those calves out well before we come back to our feet. So lower one heel down, feel that stretch, and then walk it out. Get about 3 stretches or so on each side. Fantastic. When you're good there, walk the hands to the feet, walk the feet to the hands, and make your way on up. Grab a drink, and we'll get ready for our first set of this next series. It's going to be 45 seconds of work, single leg deadlifts. If you don't feel confident, if you have anything going on with your hips or low back, don't feel confident to hinge on one leg, practice a balance hold here. Balancing on one leg, you could do a tree pose, like if you know yoga, or just a one leg balance. All right. And before we just jump into it, let's do a little toe touch on 2 legs, standing tall, toes straight ahead. We're going to tuck the chin into the chest, and we're going to round forward just for the stretch, bowing down, reaching for the toes, and just notice your range of motion here. If you can touch the ground, touch your ankles and toes, then you probably have that mobility to take your weights all the way to the ground and up. If you're currently in a place where it's like really stiff when you get to about the levels of the shin and below that, then, you know, shorten that range of motion just about the knees or mid shin. All right. So we rounded the back, but now we want to practice that nice flat back. So let's give some attention on a single leg, stagger stance, good morning. So right leg extends out, place that heel down, open the chest up here, hands behind the head. As you stand tall, you're going to bend your left knee, plant that left heel down as you bow forward. There you go. Kind of pause there, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, standing tall. Let's get about 3 on each side. Bowing down, looking down towards the floor, keeping that head neutral as well, and straight up. Beautiful. One more there. Sink in and stand. All right. So we're all on the same page. You got the right leg extended in between sides. Let's open up the inner thighs a little bit. You're going to place the hands on the tops of the knees, lower part of the thighs. We're going to push one out as we rotate and look over the opposite shoulder. Back to center. Same thing other side. Push that knee out. Turn your head and torso. Good. Let's get about 2 to 3 each direction. Breathe in as you come to center. Exhale into that rotation. Very good. And we'll walk it on up, standing tall, single leg, that stagger stance, good morning. Now with the left foot extended, heel down on the left foot, standing tall, bend the knee of the right, hands behind the head. And now long spine on these, sending the hips back, bowing forward just to where you feel that tension in the back side of the leg. Engage the glute as you stand tall. Let's get 2 more there. Bow forward, pausing. Just a gentle stretch there. Don't go so far that you want to grimace and kind of feel like you're in pain. And about 1 more. Looks great. Good. Keep that chest up, Sharon. There you go. And up. Fantastic. So as you all are folding forward, we don't want to drop the chest, but we want to stay tall chest the whole time and really hinging at the hips. All right, I'm going to demo unweighted on the first set. We're only doing 2 sets here. If you are confident in that single leg deadlift, if you want to hold some weight to start, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, we're going to start in 10 seconds. Recommend starting on your left leg. So you're going to plant your left foot down, stand nice and tall. You can reach out or hold your weights at your side. 2, 1, and here we go. So we're bowing forward, engaging the glute as you extend that back leg, reaching down for the floor. Yep. Kind of grip those toes. Be patient here. We want to really focus on that balance. Every time you stand tall, lift up out of that hip. So you're not just dropping down into the hip. Good. Bowing forward, straight up. And we want to give some attention to that rear foot. You want to keep it pointing down towards the floor as you bow forward. Good. That's 30 seconds. 15 to go. Good focus. Smooth intention. Fantastic. Lifting up. Gripping those toes. Reach down. And then push your heel down to stand. 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Go ahead and set your weights down if you are using them. From here, we're going to go side stretch in between legs. So one hand on the hip, one arm reaches up, get a little bend to those knees, and you're going to reach across, look up at that hand. And now breathe into the area where you feel the tension. For me, it's front side of the rib cage here. Breathe and reach. One more breath. Fantastic. Shake it out. Same thing other side. Hand on the hip to support. Palm turns up towards the ceiling or sky as you reach across. Peering up. Breathe. Good. One more breath. And release. Fantastic. All right, back to that single leg deadlift, this time on your right leg. We'll start in 10. So you'll place the foot so the toes are pointing straight ahead. Standing up nice and tall. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Think about being as long as you can from the top of the head to the bottom of the foot. Gently bowing forward. Good. If you are using a weight, you want to imagine you're trying to set that weight down right beside the ankle of your support leg. There you go. Keeping it nice and close. Woo, a little more wobbly on this side today. Standing tall. That's 20 seconds. Reset your balance each time. There you go. Good, Jean. And straight up, driving that heel down. Good, that's 30 seconds, 15 to go. Do you feel like you get too unstable? Just take a pause on that deadlift, and you can always revert back that single leg balance. Boop, boop, boop. Maybe one more, reaching down. Stand and rest. All right, come and shake it out. So here is where I talked about earlier. If you're not coming tomorrow, you can hold some weights if you want. Put in some reps of some squats. We're gonna take about 45 seconds here working on the squat. So you can do a weighted squat or unweighted. If you are coming tomorrow, use this time to kind of do a little bit of a stretch down in the squat. So I'm gonna come down to the bottom, try to push my elbows out against the knees, keeping the chest nice and tall. Good. Hold about 5 seconds or more. Anytime I want to break, I'm going to reach those arms out, push my feet into the ground, and stand. Good job. That's 20 seconds in. Let's take about another 20 or so. Those of you that are just using this as some mobility, we'll go one more time, coming down, chest up, reaching out. Drive those elbows out against the knees. If you can keep your heels planted. Good. Pull the shoulders back, lift, and don't just sit down there. Stay strong. Good. Reach it out, push through your feet, and everybody rest. Good job. All right, everyone, that's set 1. Let's grab a drink. We're going to do it one more time. Well done. So once again, we'll be back to that single leg deadlift in 10 seconds, this time back on your left leg. Either stay unweighted or continue to use weight. I'm going to add it in this time. Place that left foot straight ahead, shoulders back and down, and when you're ready, bowing forward. Think about engaging that glute of the right side so you can help lift that thigh up. Engaging the glute, thigh of the right leg should be relatively parallel to your torso. Sometimes you'll see people kind of drop down and not get that leg up. So engage, lifting up as that toe points down. Very good. Setting through the hips each time. Pulling up towards the ceiling before you bow forward. Very good. Try to find a spot to focus on as you go. That's our 30-second mark. 15 to go. Almost there. Grip, grip, grip the toes. Keeping the heel planted on that front foot. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Set that weight down in between legs, behind the back stretch. Walk the feet out. Interlace those hands. Lift the chest without lifting those ribs. So think front of the ribs tucked in. Bend into your knees. Send your hips back. Tuck your chin in as you reach those arms up to overhead. Try to direct that breathing in and out the nose best you can as you pull those arms up, breathing into the area of tension. For me, it's right between the shoulder blades. On that next exhale, go ahead and push into your heels, tuck your hips under, and come on up. All right, we'll take 15 seconds to reset. Great time to grab a quick drink. And then we'll be back to your right leg. So as you come onto your right foot, check in with yourself. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Shoulders back, lifting up through the hips, and 2, 1. Here we go. Long spine as you bow forward. Back toes pointing down, push through the heel. And we have a relatively straight leg, but you'll notice that the knee of my, well, it's my left, but on your right, it's not locked out. So there's a little bit of play in that joint, making sure not to hyperextend. There's our first 20 seconds. Lift, hold strong. Bowing down. Woo, good job. That's our 30-second mark. Feel free to rest there, kind of losing your balance. Or a couple more solid reps. Good, good focus. Down, down, down. And 2, 1. Everybody rest. All right. Just a couple little hip circles, and then we're going to go one more set of those squats. Let's circle those hips, kind of loosen up those stabilizers a little bit. 3 to 5, one direction. Very good. And 3 to 5, the other. Those stabilizers do a lot of work on that single leg work. All right, fantastic. From here, it's last time here for the squat, so feel free to grab some weight if you'd like. You can go for reps or just for range of motion here. So whenever you're ready, knees out, chest up. Just gonna go nice and slow. Save the volume for tomorrow. It's always good, open the body up. Fantastic. There's a lot of cultures that it's squatting through this full depth is very common. A lot of Asian cultures. I remember during the 2008 Olympics reading articles about the tourists that are over there for the Olympics, watching people at the bus stops, just hanging out in squats. If you have young children around, they'll naturally just play in a squat when they're playing with their blocks. Good, maybe a couple more here. And they go to school, they start to sit in chairs, and they start to lose that range of motion if you don't maintain it. And rest when you're ready. Awesome job. All right, let's grab a drink. We have one more circuit. All right. So first part of our circuit, we did a little bit of it last Tuesday from the floor. This time it's going to be from the hang position. It's called a hang power clean. So we're going to kind of warm this up together. Even if you know these movements, it's always good to work the basics. So either with a nice light weight, or you can just kind of mimic, but make sure it's fairly light. You're going to go ahead and stand up, have the weights on either side of the body, toes pointing straight ahead. Check in with your upper body. So we want to make sure those shoulders are back. I'm standing tall and strong through my midline. From here, keeping the weights near my pockets, I'm going to bow forward, sending my hips back. Very good. As I stand, I'm going to push through my heels, and then I'm going to extend through my toes, lift and shrug. So a little bit faster, it looks like this. I bow forward, I push through my feet, and then I stand tall, pushing through my toes. Good. A couple more. Bowing forward, stand, and lift. Beautiful. That's called our extended position, triple extension. Our ankles, our knees, and our hips are all extending. That's where we're going to get our momentum. So if you want to shake it out, feel free. The full motion looks like this. I'm going to bow forward, stand, and I'm going to hoist the weights up to my shoulders. I'll show you a couple more. Bow forward, stand, extend, and hoist them up to the shoulders. Good. So over, up, and hoist. It's not like a bicep curl. It's just like a little jump, shrug. The arms guide, legs power it up. Good. Let me see a couple of those of you here live. If you can turn parallel to your, or sideways to the screen, you get the best cues from there. Yep. Very good. Yep. Extend those hips and then fast elbows underneath your dumbbells. There you go. Good. Just make sure that the water jugs don't feel irritated on the elbows. If at any point that doesn't feel right, you can always go to a full deadlift or like a shortened range deadlift. Kettlebell or skier swing is also a good sub for this. All right, otherwise, set it down, shake it out. So it's going to be fairly quick circuits here. We're going to go 20 seconds of that hang power clean. Bottom of the thigh to the shoulder. Bottom of the thigh to the shoulder. From there, you'll set your weights down, either a lateral step over, or if you feel like you want to do some jumping today, lateral bounce. We'll do that for 30. Then we're going to take it right down to the floor, sit-ups, all the way back, all the way up for 40 seconds. That will give us 90 seconds of work We'll rest for 30. We're gonna do that a total of 4 times. No assigned rest in between movements until we finish those sit-ups. So if you need to rest, please just build it in on your own. All right, let me know if there's any questions. Otherwise, make sure you have a little cushion for your sit-ups, at least a yoga mat. We'll get started here in 10 seconds. If you're like, I'm not really sure, you can always watch the first round. Join us when you're ready. All right, hang power cleans. Grab your weights. And 2, 1, here we go. Bow forward, extend. Think about hoisting or kind of jumping the weights to your shoulders. Midline strong. Good. Straight arms as you bow forward. And then after you stand tall, the elbows bend quick. Over and up. Nice work. Maybe one more. Good. That's our 20 seconds. Place your weights down and out of the way. Lateral stepovers or lateral hop. Good job. I'm going to step over the first 15 seconds and hop the second 15. We've got 30 seconds total on this one. Chest tall, shoulders back and down. Good. Going to take it down for sit-ups next. 3, 2, 1, and take it down. So remember on the sit-ups, head touches. Reach those arms overhead, preferably touch the back of the palms to the floor. And then we're going to sit tall, sitting straight up out of your sit bones. Shoulders back, chin in. We're training our posture and our midline strength here for these sit-ups. So think, how do I want my posture to look in 5 years, 10 years, maybe hopefully even 20 years? Good. Driving those arms, pulling the shoulders back as you come straight up. Maybe one more. And rest. Beautiful. That's set 1. We're going to do it 3 more times. Again, some of you are using those odd objects for weights. So if those hang power cleans don't feel great for you, you can always do a kettlebell swing too. It's going to use similar muscle patterns, or the skier swings. Otherwise, going in 10. Shoulders back and down, toes straight ahead. Standing tall, 2, 1, here we go. Sending those hips back as you bow forward. Hoist it up. Good, and we're not going below the knees. So staying bottom of the thigh. There you go, Sharon. And then stand and hips. Nice, ladies. And if there's any gentlemen on the recording, I'm sure you're doing great as well. Maybe one more. 2, 1, and rotate. Lateral stepovers or lateral hops. Make sure your space is clear of any trip hazards. Very good. There's our first 15 seconds. Just feel free to stick with those stepovers. If you want to add a little bit bounce, 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 bounce. Nice and relaxed through the ankle here. Good. Taking it down for sit-ups next. 2, 1, and here we go. Sit back. As I lay back, I'm kind of pulling my belly button in towards my spine, trying to kind of imagine my spine going down to the floor segmentally. So the first lower part touches, and then it's just the opposite as I sit tall. I engage that abdomen, kind of pulling my belly button in towards the spine. Essentially, we want to avoid that arched back posture of the low back. Good. Almost there. 2, 1, and 30 seconds rest. Great job. Come on up, grab a drink. Nice work. All right, 15 seconds till we start set 3. 3 of 4 today. All right, check in with your setup, toes straight ahead, standing tall, pull those shoulders back, and 2, 1, here we go. Bowing forward, weight back on the heels, and then stand, and you're extending, pushing off through the balls of the feet, hoist, Hips extend, fast elbows around. Breathe. 2, 1, and transition. Make sure the weights are out of the way. Lateral stepovers or lateral hops. Almost. Good. Yep, knees up, feet up. You want to add a little hop. 15 seconds left. Keep that chest straight up and down, looking straight ahead. Very nice. All right, sit-ups are next. 3, 2, 1, and take it down to the floor. If you're pretty confident in your body, you can start to think about trying to sit fast. So head relaxes back, drive the arms down. Think about engaging those fast twitch muscles, kind of sit quick. If you're dealing with anything in like the head, neck, shoulders area, maybe just keep it nice and steady. Still focusing on that posture at the top when you get faster. You know, as I get faster, I tend to kind of get lazy at the top, pushing the head forward. So straight up and down. Almost there. Let's get 1 to 2 more. 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right. Nice job. Final round coming up next. Whew. All right. Standing tall. Toes pointing straight ahead, shoulders back and down. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Long spine, back. Good. Try to hold that neutral head position, chin in as you bow forward, looking straight ahead at the top. No, I'm not the best example of that. Trying to watch you all that are here live. Maybe 1 more. And set it down. Lateral steps, lateral hops. Whatever you choose. Avoid those shrugged shoulders. So long spine here, tall chest. Good. Stick with those hops or take it into a little bounce. Woo. Good. 10 seconds till we take it down for the final set of sit-ups. 2, 1, and let's take it to the floor. Laying back, head touches, arms touch. Sit quick if that's appropriate. Very nice. Nice smooth breathing. Fantastic. Almost there, another 15 seconds or so. Nice. Keep the head pulled in, good work. Maybe 1 more. 2, 1, and everybody rest. Great job. Let's go ahead and just kind of stay here for a second. We'll do some stretches from the floor, starting with that hurdler stretch with our side reach. So if you want to grab your water, if it's nearby, feel free. All right. So to start with just a general toe touch first. So make sure you're kind of sitting on your sit bones here, legs extended. Sit nice and tall. And then just bowing forward here, just as far as comfortable. I'll just staying right on that edge of discomfort. Bowing the head down. Starting to bring the breathing rate back down. Nice deep breaths into the back. On the exhale, if your body is comfortable to go a little bit farther in that stretch. We'll spend about another 15 seconds here. Breathe in, gently lengthen forward. After that last breath, go ahead and walk your hands in. Come on back to seated. From here, you're going to take your right leg, bend that knee, pull that right foot in towards the thigh. And just so you can check in, you can even use your hands to kind of move the tissue of your glute up and out of the way. So you're sitting up on those sit bones. Take your left hand reaching towards the left foot. Right hand's gonna reach up and around, take it into a little side stretch. Very good. You can look straight ahead or turn the head, peer up at your outstretched hand. Good, breathing here. Hold about another 20 seconds and just meet your body where it is. If as you breathe, you feel yourself start to lengthen and want to sink a little bit deeper into that stretch, never forcing. Good, one more breath. On this next inhale, come on up, bring the arm down, and same thing other side. We'll extend your right and walk your left in this time. Good, recheck in with those sit bones, make sure they're in contact with the ground. This time your right hand starts to slide towards the right foot, left arm comes up and over. Peering up. Try to breathe in and out the nose. Very good. Sinking a little bit farther into that stretch as your body relaxes. Maybe 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Good. On that next exhale, inhale, come on up to center and bring that leg back in. Fantastic. We're going to come over to all fours. Open inner thigh opener next. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, and we're going to take your right leg and we're going to extend it straight out. From here, it's similar to that child's position. You're going to rock the hip back towards the heel, keeping your right foot planted. Just kind of grip those toes down. There's that tendency to kind of roll off the sole of the foot, but try to keep the whole foot in contact with the floor. Gently rocking forward, gently rocking back. As you rock back this time, if the right leg, I think, is what's extended, you can take that right hand and just gently see if you can walk it over to reach towards the left side of the body. Holding here for about 3 to 5 breaths. Good. And when you're ready, we'll bring it up and forward. From here, we're going to go quadruped hip rock. Walk both knees in together. Pull the belly button in, so you're making sure not to arch that back, and then you're going to rock your hips side to side. So with the knees together, I bring my hips to one side, back to center, and the other side. Lateral aspect of the hips. Oftentimes, I feel it into the low back here. Very nice. Go ahead and just come off the hands for a second before we go to the opposite side. Outstretched legs, shake out those wrists, and roll them around. Can roll those elbows around as well. Those don't get much attention too much. Yep. Forward and back. Fantastic. All right, when you're ready, we're going to walk those hands back out. This time your left leg extends straight out. Just keep the hands underneath the shoulders for the first couple, focusing on the inner thigh, rocking back, lowering the head down. Keeping that left foot as flat as you can against the floor. As you come up for that third one, you can take the left hand and see if you can just walk it across, just so it's gently on the right side of the body. And then lowering back from there, just as far as it's comfortable. And then we'll hold here for 3 to 5 breaths. When you're ready, bring it forward. We're going to go a little cat-cow before we take it in towards the hip stretches. So let's open up that mid-back a little bit more. Nice wide handprint as you place those hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to breathe in as we lift, shoulders back and down, lifting the head, and then you'll exhale as you round, dropping the head down, pushing up between those shoulders. And about 3 to 5 patterns here on your own. Breathing in. Lift, nice flat back or gently arching the back. Exhale. I like to think angry cat back, like a cat that's just really scared for a moment. Gets that really rounded back. Fantastic. All righty, once you finish that, we're going to make our way onto the back. We're going to be doing a little bit of twisting. If you want to use a yoga block or a pillow or anything to support, go ahead and grab that. All right. Last little series here, and we'll call it a day. So we're gonna lie back, extend your right leg, actively pushing that right thigh down. Make sure the shoulders are square. And then we're gonna start by pulling that left thigh towards the left shoulder. Give a little bit more attention to the ankle, lifting it up and down, rolling it around a bit. When you're ready, you'll pull that left knee across the body towards the right side. Take a moment here. Say hello to the glute on that right side. Excuse me, left. If everything feels good there, you can allow yourself to come more into that twist, kind of making a single leg spinal twist here as you bring that left leg across. Here's where you can use a block or a pillow. Hang out here in this single leg twist for a couple of breaths, squaring the shoulders, looking straight up towards the ceiling. And then if you're comfortable for it, you're gonna look to bend your right knee and see if you can grab your right foot with your left hand to stretch out that quad. So we call it a body pretzel or the bretzel. So now we're trying to square the shoulders to the hips. If you want to go a little bit deeper into that twist, you can lower your block down or remove the pillow. And I can't see my clock, but we're going to spend about 3 to 5 breaths here. Pull that chin in. Deep breath in, nice smooth exhale. This twist should not be uncomfortable, so if it makes you feel any kind of pain, please back out of it. 1 or 2 more breaths, and then when we're ready, we'll gently come back to center. Take a moment in that double knee to chest in between sides. And then we'll balance out the body, same thing other side. So first, extending that left leg, actively pushing that thigh down, right knee towards the right shoulder, up and down with the ankle. Very good. From this single knee to chest, we're going to bring it across and move it into that glute stretch. Pulling it across, looking to stretch out the glute of the right leg. Spending 2 to 3 breaths in this position. And then when you're ready, you'll start to go a little bit deeper into that twist, using a block as you'd like, letting the hips come off the ground, at least on that right side. Taking a moment here in the twist before we reach for the foot, squaring the hips and shoulders. Even look over the right shoulder. And then when you're ready, you'll look to bend that left knee this time. See if you can reach that left foot with the right hand. Lowering that into that twist a little bit deeper if you choose. Square the head, looking straight up, pulling the chin in, and then we'll hang out here. 3 to 5 breaths here. Very good. Only when you're ready, gradually come out of that twist. And then your choice for the final little bit here. I'm going to go a little happy baby, elbow on the inside of the knees, grabbing the outside of the legs. A little bit more love, opening those inner thighs. Please feel free if you want to go a little bit deeper, take it into plow with the feet over the head. Just make sure that it all feels appropriate for your body, never moving into pain. And otherwise, I always invite you to spend some time flat on your back, taking a moment when this is all done. Connect to your breath. Think about what you have going on next in your day and give a little moment of thanks for being here, having your body show up, taking the time to set aside the to-do list. All right, stay hydrated, stay happy. Hope to see you next time.